So, you have a new Marvel project for me?
Yes, sir, I do. I figure we can make a Marvel TV show for Disney+.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I was thinking we can make a show about Wanda and Vision.
I don't know if you saw the last couple episodes of the MCU, but Vision is very dead.
I know, that's gonna be part of the intrigue.
Okay, so what's going on in this show anyway?
It's gonna be like a 1950s black and white sitcom starring Wanda and Vision, right?
Oh, what the heck are you talking about?
And they're just going about their 1950s lives, you know, dinner with the boss and those kinds of classic sitcom situations.
Are you sure you've seen the MCU before? Because this isn't remotely, that doesn't resemble anything we do at all.
No, I know.
Okay, what is happening?
So then we're gonna start to see that things get a little weird sometimes, you know? Sometimes they can't remember how they got to places, there's some weird stuff showing up.
Oh, what the heck is that about? Please tell me now.
Yeah, there's like a super weird moment with the boss, there's a beekeeper that comes out of the sewer.
Okay.
What's going on, you okay?
I'm not used to slow-moving intrigue, so I'm not sure what to do with myself.
Understandable, sir, but this is a weekly release schedule, right? So we're gonna spread out the reveals and really make people hate the words "please stand by."
Okay, but what's with all the weird stuff, though?
Please stand by.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's
Oh,
also
thank
gonna
God.
be this nosy neighbor character, Agnes, right? And she's a little mysterious, you know, something's going on with her.
Agnes, huh?
What are you doing?
Is she Agatha Harkness?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, great. Got it.
That's kind of supposed to be a reveal later.
Well, listen, if you give people some downtime, they're gonna theorize. That's just how it works.
I'm gonna make you pay for that.
What?
So anyway, then the show starts jumping through the decades every episode, and Wanda gives birth to twins.
Oh, very weird. I don't know what to make of all this random weirdness.
And there's this woman in there, and she seems to remember who Wanda is and that Ultron killed her brother.
Oh, okay, here we go.
And so Wanda gets mad, and she sends her outside of this big magical hex dome that's going on.
And so what's that all about?
Well, it turns out that Wanda's taken over this town called Westview with this magical hex thing, and she's broadcasting it.
Oh.
Yeah, so the Sword Agency, they're keeping an eye on things, you know, watching the broadcasts.
Nice, okay, things making a bit of sense now.
And there's this guy, Director Hayward, running the show. There's gonna be Darcy from Thor there. There's Jimmy Woo from Ant-Man.
Oh, Jimmy, what's going on with Jimmy?
Oh, well, he's gotten really good at that close-up magic stuff.
Oh, I didn't even know I was rooting for that outcome, but I am intensely proud of him.
So am I, sir. So him and Darcy are basically gonna behave as the audience will at home, just kind of watching WandaVision, trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
And turns out that woman was a grown-up Monica Rambeau from Captain Marvel, and she keeps mentioning this aerospace engineer that she knows.
Aerospace engineer, Reed Richards, Fantastic Four?
Certainly seems like I'm teasing something like that, doesn't it?
It does. Oh, this is very exciting.
Yeah, you like that, huh? You big dummy.
What?
And then at the end of a certain episode, we're gonna have Pietro Maximoff show up.
Oh, but he's dead.
He is, but he's gonna come back, and I figure this time Evan Peters could play him.
But he played Quicksilver in the Fox X-Men movies.
That's right, sir, he did. Let that blow your mind for a minute.
Oh my God, what does this mean? What are the implications? Is the multiverse open? Are the X-Men on their way?
Please stand by.
What? No. Oh, please stop torturing me like this.
Please stand by.
Wow, okay, yeah, people are gonna hate those words, aren't they?
Oh, most definitely.
Hey, is he secretly Mephisto? Are the twins secretly Mephisto? Am I secretly Mephisto?
Maybe. So then eventually we're gonna reveal that Agnes lady was actually an evil witch this whole time, and her name is Agatha Harkness.
Yeah, I figured that one out.
You did. So she's gonna have this little theme song explaining that she was evil the whole time. It's gonna be called Agatha All Along.
Oh, okay.
And it's just gonna be so frickin' so good, sir. Just the catchiest song.
Oh, okay, you think people are gonna like it? That's cool.
Oh yes, sir. People are gonna love it. It's gonna be about how she was pulling all the evil strings all along.
Nice.
How she killed a dog.
Oh my God.
So then Agatha's gonna be like, okay, I would like to know how you got your power, so let's go look at all your trauma for a little bit.
Very inconsiderate.
For sure. So we're gonna see her and her family back in Sokovia when she was a kid.
Okay.
And turns out she used to watch a bunch of sitcoms, and that's what inspired her grief dome of different sitcom eras.
Oh.
Her dad had all these DVDs like The Dick Van Dyke Show, Bewitched, Malcolm in the Middle.
Malcolm in the Middle with Bryan Cranston?
That's right.
Bryan Cranston from Godzilla?
That's the one.
Godzilla with Elizabeth Olsen and Aaron Taylor Johnson?
That's the, oh dang it.
What is that? How does that, what is that?
Right, okay, so that's an Easter egg.
Oh, okay, I got a ton of questions about the implications of that Easter egg.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back about the fact that Marvel actors act in other things sometimes.
Oh, okay, let me get off of that thing.
Anyway, so at the end of that episode, Agatha's gonna be like, this is chaos magic, Wanda, and that makes you the Scarlet Witch.
That's the name of the character.
Yeah, we're gonna make people cheer for something they already knew.
Yeah, they knew, but it hadn't been said out loud.
And we're gonna say it out loud.
Oh, saying things people already know out loud is tight.
I know.
I know you know.
Nice, okay, so then Sword is gonna manage to make this white Vision and send him inside the Hex to kill Vision.
Oh boy, so they're gonna fight?
They are gonna fight, sir. Turns out this weird conceptual show is gonna end with a big CGI battle, just like Marvel movies.
Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, so they're gonna go head to head. It's gonna be very cool.
Wow, it's gonna be tough for Hex Vision to defeat himself.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he hits him with some philosophical questions, and so White Vision is like, huh.
Oh.
Yeah, then he gives him his memories, and White Vision is like, okay, I'm Vision now, bye.
Wait, where does he go?
Off into the MCU until we need him for something.
Okay, so this way we'll be able to kill Vision without killing Vision.
Exactly.
Oh, I love that death isn't permanent. It's just like in real life.
That's not accurate. Oh, also, Monica has powers now from going in and out of the Hex, and she uses them to stop Hayward from shooting the twins.
He was gonna shoot some children?
Well, technically, they're not real children, but yeah, Hayward's just gonna become a cartoonishly evil guy in the last episode. That's gonna be his thing.
Wow, yeah.
So then Wanda's gonna have this big showdown with Agatha, and Agatha's gonna show her that she's been a straight-up mental terrorist to the people of Westview.
Oh, that's not good.
And then they're gonna have this big battle with a bunch of different colored beams and a sky beam, just like the end of a Marvel movie.
Wow, 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 wow.
And Wanda's gonna manage to defeat Agatha by putting these big runes on the side of the Hex, which means that only she can do magic in that area.
Oh, how did she know how to do that?
Well, Agatha mentioned that while she was monologuing.
Oh, it's super helpful when villains start monologuing. Didn't The Incredibles make fun of that?
Yeah, that movie did make fun of villains doing that. Fun fact, we're gonna reference The Incredibles a couple of times.
But we're still gonna do the thing it was making fun of.
Exactly. So then Wanda gives herself some new clothes and then traps Agatha in her own mind as a nosy neighbor forever, which I'm sure is a fate worse than death.
Absolutely, that's deeply horrifying, and it gets worse the more you think about it.
It sure does, sir. And then Wanda's gonna have to say goodbye to her twins, but probably not for long, and to Vision, but probably not for long.
Very sad, but probably not for long.
And then as Wanda's walking out of Westview, all the citizens are giving her dirty looks, and Monica's gonna be like, they have no idea what you sacrificed for them.
She mentally tortured them for an extended period of time and probably scarred them for life.
Yeah, but she had to say goodbye to her imaginary friends, so it balances out.
Okay.
And so yeah, that's about it. What do you think?
Well, wait, what about Evan Peters as Quicksilver? What was that all about?
Oh, yeah, it turns out he was just a guy named Boner.
Boner?
Ralph Boner, yeah, that whole thing was a setup for a boner joke. Yeah, that'll teach people to theorize.
What about Mephisto or Reed Richards? Does Doctor Strange have a cameo? He must have sensed all this going on. Oh, a very painful fart noise.
Yeah, so then we're gonna vaguely tease some upcoming projects and we're out.
Oh, wow, okay.
Oh, and by the way, I thought it might be fun to release that Agatha All Along song online. People are really gonna like that.
I mean, if people really respond to it, we can release it, I guess, but people aren't gonna freak out over a song where a witch kills a dog. So, you have a movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. I was thinking we could do a Black Widow movie.
Oh, did you not see Avengers Endgame? 'Cause I have terrible news.
No, I did see that movie, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I figured we could set the movie a couple of years in the past, you know, when it would have made more sense to make it.
Oh yeah, why did we wait so long to do this?
Well, remember that whole leaked email situation with the old Marvel Studios head Ike Perlmutter, where he was like, female-led superhero movies don't make money, and he listed a bunch of examples?
Nope, stop.
But then Wonder Woman was a success, so I was asked to take a look at our female character roster again.
Stop talking.
Oh, sorry, are we not saying that out loud?
We're gonna take that again, okay? Why did it take us so long to do this?
I don't know.
Oh, fair enough. Better late than never, I guess.
Yeah.
So tell me about the movie.
Well, I figured we could get more grounded with the Black Widow movie, you know?
We're gonna do a more grounded movie about the lady who jumped off a cliff on planet Vormir after a red-faced war criminal who's now a space ghost explained that was the only way to get her hands on the magic rock she wanted before a muscle-bound purple alien got it and completed his power glove.
Yes.
I love it.
Well, great. So I figured we could have this whole big marketing campaign where ScarJo is like, you think you know Black Widow? Think again.
So we're gonna learn a bunch of new stuff about her?
Like, how does she get that vest that she wears in Infinity War?
Oh, people love retroactively learning how characters they know got certain pieces of clothing we've seen them wear.
Oh, I certainly hope they do, sir, because we've been really leaning into that for the past 5 years or so.
We have, yeah.
We're also gonna shed some new light on the character. Like, for example, did you know she went on a little adventure between Civil War and Infinity War?
Oh, neat.
Yeah, so it turns out when Natasha was a kid, she had like a fake family in Ohio, but they were actually Russian operatives living undercover.
Okay.
And then we're gonna jump forward in time, and Natasha's on the run from General Ross because of the Sokovia Accords.
He's from some of the other movies.
He is, it's all connected.
Wow.
So she heads to the safe house in Norway and unknowingly picks up a little box of vials of antidote.
An antidote?
Yeah, see, it turns out her fake sister Yelena was also a widow operative being chemically controlled by this place called the Red Room, right?
Right.
And she ended up coming in contact with this stuff called the Red Dust, which freed her from her mind control agent.
Ah, gotcha.
So Natasha's unknowingly driving with this stuff, and suddenly a massive explosive hits her car and flips it a bunch of times.
Oh my god, is she okay?
Yeah, I mean, she's a superhero, right?
Yeah, but that sounds like something that would probably kill a non-superpowered being, and Natasha doesn't have superpowers.
Oh, yeah. Whoops.
Whoopsie.
Okay, so to be honest, now that I think of it, there are several scenes in this movie where as a non-superpowered individual, she should definitely be killed, but she's not gonna.
It would be better story-wise if she didn't die.
Yeah, because we already know when she dies anyway, so then she's gonna get attacked by this villain called Taskmaster.
Oh, people love that character. Very cool mimicking capabilities, entertaining personality.
Yeah, so I figure we could do like a Deadpool kind of thing.
Yeah, bring a character that people love to the big screen in an enjoyable way, sure.
No, I meant like a Deadpool and X-Men Origins Wolverine kind of thing.
Oh, turn the character into a mind-controlled killing machine with no speaking lines or personality traits. Yeah, that works too.
Great.
So then what happens?
Well, Natasha escapes with the vials and goes to see her fake sister, and they start fighting when they see each other.
Why?
Because it's been a couple of minutes since the last action scene.
Gotcha.
And so Natasha finds out that this bad Russian guy Dreykov, who she thought she killed years ago, is actually still alive and still running the Red Room.
Okay.
And by the way, I was thinking we could get Ray Winstone to play him.
Oh, he's great. Can he do a Russian accent?
Doesn't matter.
It matters a little.
Nope, so then they realize they need to break their fake father Alexei out of jail because he probably knows where the Red Room is.
All right.
So then these guards fire hundreds of bullets at Yelena, who's in a helicopter, and Natasha jumps down to help her dad.
Very exciting.
So then they all manage to fly away just as an avalanche is just destroying the prison.
Well, thank God the hundreds of bullets didn't affect the helicopter in any way.
Yeah, it worked out great.
So I guess a bunch of people are probably killed in that avalanche, huh? Were they all bad guys?
Yeah.
You sure? I'm sure some of those guards were just people working there to try to feed their families.
Sir, we're on to the next scene, so don't worry about that.
Oh, okay.
So it turns out Alexei doesn't actually know where the Red Room is, so they have to go see their fake mother, Melina.
Okay, sure.
And it turns out she's still working for the Red Room, but then her and Natasha have a heart-to-heart, and that seems to change everything for her.
So what do?
Well, they secretly use those face mask things to swap appearances.
Well, why do they switch appearances?
Well, because this way Natasha can get close to Dreykov.
Does that work?
Now, he sees right through the disguise and pulls the mask off pretty much immediately.
Right, so why did they swap faces?
Well, because Melina's the one who designed the cells in the Red Room, so she's able to open them up.
Do you think maybe it might have been easier to just explain to Natasha how to open the cell instead of having her impersonate a woman she hasn't seen in several decades?
Maybe, but so now Natasha has to go up against Dreykov and Taskmaster, who we're gonna reveal is Dreykov's daughter.
Oh. Okay.
No, see, this is kind of a big deal because Natasha always assumed she killed her when she was a little girl as kind of intentional collateral damage when killing Dreykov.
Natasha intentionally killed a child?
Well, the child didn't really die, so morally we're all good.
Well.
So then we're gonna flash back to Melina explaining to Natasha that you can't actually hurt Dreykov.
Why?
Because he implemented a pheromone blocker in all the widows, so if you can smell him, you can't hurt him.
What?
It's basic science, sir. If you can smell him, you can't fire a gun at him.
Is that basic science?
It is, yeah, because that's why I wrote that in here.
So Natasha has to hold her breath?
No, because see, Melina explains that's not enough. You gotta sever a nerve right here.
Couldn't she just kind of stand on the other side of the room far away from him, fire a gun from there?
Nope.
But probably, though?
Pheromones.
Oh, very far-reaching pheromones, so it's gonna be tough for her to hurt him, huh?
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, she smashes her face on a table, and that severs the nerve.
Oh, surgical head smashing is tight.
But so then Dreykov manages to bring in all the brainwashed widows, and they start attacking Natasha.
Oh, no.
But then Yelena uses the antidote on all of them, and all their free will comes back.
Oh, very nice of her.
And Melina blows up a main engine of the Red Room sky base, so the whole thing starts to fall.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and then Yelena blows up the plane that Dreykov was trying to escape on.
And she was able to do that despite the pheromones?
Sure, and so then Black Widow dives after her as she plummets towards Earth, but Taskmaster starts attacking again.
And not one piece of the massive, actively crumbling sky base lands on on them.
That's what we're going with. So then they land, but Natasha manages to use the antidote on Taskmaster, and so everything's great now.
So nobody died in the massive collapse?
Yeah, just every single one of the bad characters and not a single one of the good or redeemed characters.
Oh, well, great.
So then instead of escaping with her family, Natasha decides to stay behind and be captured by General Ross.
Oh yeah, she can't go with her family. She's got to be in a couple of other movies.
So then 2 weeks later, she meets up with her friend who got her a Quinjet.
Wait, wasn't she just captured by Ross? What happened there?
I don't know.
Oh, fair enough.
And then during the credits, we're gonna have this scene where Yelena is at Natasha's grave and this character, Contessa Valentina, shows up with a mission for her.
What's the mission?
Sign up for Disney Plus.
Very exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be very exciting. People are gonna be like, who is this character? It's gonna be this big reveal.
Oh, that's gonna be a big reveal. Really add a lot to the end credits, unless we decide to reveal it in a streaming show first.
What?
So, you have a Loki TV show for me?
Yes, sir, I do.
So we're gonna pick up right from that scene in Avengers Endgame, right? Where Loki grabs the Tesseract during the Battle of New York.
Okay.
And so he's gonna get picked up by something called the Time Variance Authority, because he messed with something called the Sacred Timeline. So they have to prune this new timeline branch he made.
Well, what about all that time travel the Avengers did?
Yeah, well, see, the TVA says that was supposed to happen, but Loki grabbing the Tesseract, that wasn't.
Okay, but some of the time travel they did was because Loki grabbed the Tesseract.
Yeah, well, don't worry about that.
Oh, okay, I won't.
So they bring Loki to the TVA headquarters, and a robot starts to take his clothes off with some claws.
What?
But then that doesn't work, so the robot just kind of zaps his clothes off.
What are you talking about?
Well, sir, if Loki's gonna be the star of a Marvel show, we're gonna have to see him shirtless. That's how this works.
Right, of course, that makes sense.
And so then this lady, Ravonna Renslayer, wants to kill him, because he's a bad variant.
All right.
But then this guy Mobius pops in and stops her, and by the way, I was thinking we could get Owen Wilson to play this guy.
Oh, people love Owen Wilson.
Yeah, they do.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow.
And this guy's also really into jet skis.
I now have a deep desire to see Owen Wilson on a jet ski that I didn't have just a few seconds ago.
I know you do. That's the main hook of the show now.
Oh, picturing Owen Wilson on a jet ski is tight.
So Mobius is going to show Loki a video of how his life plays out after the Battle of New York. Getting his mom killed, getting close to Thor, getting killed by Thanos.
Okay.
And so watching this video is going to completely change Loki into a sympathetic character that can lead his own TV show.
He just killed Phil Coulson.
Yeah, but he watched a video, so he's pretty much a good guy now.
Oh, okay, you're speed running this character development.
Yeah, just kind of get it out of the way with a nice little video, which somehow has the same cinematography as the movies did.
Well, okay then.
And so anyway, the reason that Mobius wants Loki's help is because he's chasing this other variant that keeps killing TVA agents, and it's another variant of Loki.
Oh.
Yeah, and so then Loki figures out that this other version of him is hiding in apocalypses, because you could do anything there and it won't affect stuff because those timelines are ending anyway.
I guess that makes sense.
It does. See, Loki and Mobius head to Pompeii, and Loki starts interacting with people right before Mount Vesuvius erupts.
Okay, but wouldn't that lead to some of those people dying in different positions than they would have, which would then affect the days of the people that discovered the bodies and create some kind of butterfly effect?
No.
Oh, okay.
So eventually they go to the supermarket in the future, and Loki discovers that the other Loki is a woman, and she goes by Sylvie.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and so this is her show now.
What?
Yeah, this is really Sylvie's story. She was pruned at a young age and managed to escape, and she's been building up this attack against the TVA for all these years, and Loki's just kind of along for the ride.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And so Sylvie sends a bunch of these things called reset charges into the TVA to distract them, right? And she wants to kill these beings called the Timekeepers, who apparently run the show.
Very exciting.
But then they get attacked, so Loki uses this thing called a tempad to teleport them onto a planet called Lamentus that's about to be destroyed.
Smart.
No, not smart, because Sylvie's like, that plan at the TVA, that was years in the making. Years, and you just ruined it.
So why doesn't she just use the tempad to go back and finish the job?
Well, no, now it's out of power.
The plan was years in the making, but she didn't charge the tempad?
That's what we're going with. So then they're gonna talk and talk for like 30 minutes straight, because that's kind of the deal with these episodes.
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah, a whole lot of talking. So then they find this big escape ship they have to get onto, and Loki's gonna be like, oh my god, they're gonna leave all these people to die.
I mean, what does he care? He just killed a bunch of people in New York.
Sir, he watched a video. He cares about this stuff now.
Right, sorry, I forgot.
So this city starts getting destroyed, and Loki's gonna stop a building from falling with his mind.
Oh wow, I didn't realize he could do that.
That's because his power level changes from scene to scene, depending on what I want to happen.
Oh, neat.
Anyway, then the escape ship explodes, so their one way out is destroyed.
Well, it's gonna be hard to get out of there now.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, the power of their newfound love creates a new timeline branch, so the TVA comes and picks them up.
Okay, I thought the whole thing about apocalypses was that anything can happen and it wouldn't change anything. Why does them falling in love affect things?
Because it does, so they're in love now.
Oh my god, can you imagine falling in love with yourself?
I can.
Ugh. Sorry, I'm not interested.
Oh, no, I meant I can imagine it, obviously, since I wrote it. Also, we're not the same person. I have glasses.
Right, of course.
Anyway, so Sylvie's also going to reveal that the TVA agents are actually just variants that used to be real people.
Oh.
And then eventually they find out that the timekeepers aren't even real, and Mobius and Loki are both going to get pruned.
Oh my god, Loki dies?
Well, no, because see, we're going to learn that pruning someone just sends them to the void at the end of time, where a big smoke monster called Alioth is then gonna kill them.
Okay, why doesn't the TVA just straight up kill people then? Why the extra steps?
Well, because the fans are gonna expect a scene where we watch Loki die only to find out he's not really dead.
That's a good point.
So Loki ends up in this void place where there are different kinds of Loki variants. Like there's an old Loki, there's an alligator Loki.
Okay, does that mean in one timeline Odin adopted an alligator, or that they were all alligators in that timeline?
Doesn't matter. What does matter is that we have an alligator Loki now.
Fair enough, so what's the alligator gonna do?
Eat someone's hand.
That makes a lot of sense.
So meanwhile, Ravonna explains to Sylvie the whole thing about how pruning sends you to a void, and she also says there's a ship that can bring you there.
Okay.
But see, Sylvie is smart, and she realizes that she's just stalling for time so agents can get there, and there is no ship.
So what does she do?
Well, she prunes herself so she can go to the void too.
If she decided that Ravonna was lying about the ship, why did she think she was telling the truth about the void and the pruning?
I don't know, but luckily she was telling the truth about that one part, so it works out great.
Well, fantastic.
So then Sylvie's about to be killed by this smoke monster, and Mobius shows up in a pizza car and saves her.
How do you know where she was?
Unclear, but then they go join Loki, who's been dealing with like a bunch of Lokis.
Very fun.
And then Sylvie's gonna realize that she can use her enchantment powers on this beast. She's been using them on people all season, kind of like a mind control thing.
Literally nobody in the history of time who's ever been pruned has had powers like that?
That's what we're going with.
Well, okay then.
And Mobius is gonna go back to the TVA using a temp pad, and Ravonna's gonna overpower him and escape through a doorway thing.
Where's she going?
Into season 2, presumably.
Oh, okay.
So then we're gonna meet this guy called He Who Remains, who's kind of Kang the Conqueror, only we don't know he's kind of Kang the Conqueror yet, only we do because we're obviously gonna announce the casting.
Oh boy, so what's he gonna do?
Oh, well, he's gonna talk.
Oh.
Yeah, he's gonna talk for like 45 minutes. He's gonna explain everything. It's gonna be like that architect scene from The Matrix.
Wow.
Talk, 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 talk. And sometimes Loki and Sylvie are gonna be like, why? Or what does that mean? And that'll set up the next rounds of talking.
A very talky finale.
And so essentially this guy is like, you can kill me, which will create like a multiverse and a huge war, or you can take over and protect the sacred timeline.
So what happens?
Well, Sylvie does kill him, and then the multiverse branches out into like crazy timelines, and he's like, see you soon.
Oh boy, that's massive.
It's a massive deal. This multiverse is gonna shape the whole phase of the MCU.
This is gonna be such an insane twist. Nobody's gonna see this coming.
Yeah, as long as we don't spoil that this is gonna happen in some way.
Oh yeah, well, we might do that now that you mention it.
What? How?
So, you have a new Marvel movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. And I figured this could be our first foray into the world of martial arts, you know, other than that Iron Fist show we did.
That never happened.
No, it did. I remember with that guy from Game of Thrones?
No, we never did that. So what's the movie?
Well, sir, I figure we could do a movie about Shang-Chi and the legend of the 10 bracelets.
Isn't it 10 rings?
Yeah, but I thought it could look cool if they were worn around the wrists, you know, and I think at a certain point a ring becomes a bracelet, scientifically speaking.
No, I think at a certain point a bracelet becomes a ring, but then if a ring expands, it's always a ring.
That sounds like it makes sense. Okay, 10 rings it is.
Amazing. So what happens in the movie?
Well, we're gonna meet Shang-Chi, right? But he calls himself Sean, and he lives in San Francisco.
Okay.
And he's friends with this girl named Katie, and they work as valets together.
How do we know they're best friends?
Because one of her first lines is, "We've been friends for 10 years.
Oh, best friends love stating how long you've been best friends with them.
Yeah, they do. So they're in love, I imagine. I mean, one's a boy and one's a girl. No, they're just friends.
Okay, so anyway, one day they're taking the bus together and Shang-Chi gets attacked by a bunch of assassins.
Oh no.
Yeah, so he's gonna suddenly reveal that he's like an insanely good martial artist and he's gonna have this incredible fight scene with them on this bus.
Yeah, he's fighting some bad guys on a bus.
Yeah, they're like doing martial arts and he's using the environment, you know, he uses his jacket at a certain point.
Oh, a relatively grounded, well-choreographed fight scene? That's actually refreshing.
And the bus's brakes get cut and Katie has to drive the bus and Shang-Chi dives and the bus gets cut in half.
Oh, there's the Marvel over-the-topness. Okay, gotcha.
So Katie's like, hey, what's up with you secretly being a martial arts master? And he's like, yeah, I'm secretly a martial arts master and I gotta go see my sister now.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, see, he got this postcard that he thinks is from her, so he needs to fly to China because he thinks she's in danger too.
Gotcha.
So he's like, bye, Katie, I gotta go. And Katie's like, no, I'm coming with you.
Oh, best friends love coming on dangerous adventures with you off of little to no information.
Yeah, they do.
So wait, why is Katie going?
So we can have some comic relief around that people can explain things to.
Oh, very helpful.
Yeah.
And so what happens when they get there?
Well, we're gonna meet Shang-Chi's sister, Xialing.
And what's her deal?
Well, after their mom died, their father, Wenwu, put Shang-Chi through torturous, brutal training for years, right?
That's terrible.
Yeah, but she wasn't allowed to train with the men, so, you know, it was pretty unfair to her.
Yeah, I mean, what a jerk of a father. How come she doesn't get the brutal torture? Oh wait, I don't know how I feel about this morally.
So since she couldn't train with them, she watched them and taught herself how to be even better than them.
But how could she learn like the grabbing moves and stuff? Wouldn't she need people to practice with?
No, not even.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, it turns out that Shang-Chi receiving a postcard was actually a setup by his father, and he has them both captured.
Oh no.
Yeah, so they head to his place because he wanted to basically reunite the family, and he thinks he knows how to bring their mom back from the dead using these pendants and a map and stuff.
So why did he send assassins after them?
Oh, well, he says he knew they wouldn't be able to kill his children.
So then why try?
So we can have some fight scenes in the movie.
That's a good point. So what's this guy's deal anyway?
Oh, well, he's 4,000 years old.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and he has these 10 rings, and he leads a group called the 10 Rings.
So what do these rings do exactly?
Oh, all kinds of stuff, sir. They make you immortal, also other things involving energy or something.
Oh, that's pretty vague, man.
Yeah, this way they can do whatever I want them to do from scene to scene.
Smart.
And so he's actually the real Mandarin, and that Trevor Slattery guy from Iron Man 3, that was his doing.
Oh man, I love that we can retroactively make our unpopular decisions seem calculated and deliberate and important.
It is pretty sweet that we can do that, sir.
And so what are we saying the 10 Rings organization does exactly?
Oh, they've been doing stuff for thousands of years, so immense you can't possibly fathom it, but also vague enough that you probably wouldn't have heard of it.
Gotcha. God, how many underground organizations that secretly control everything are there in the MCU at this point?
Thousands.
Wow, yeah, maybe we should find a new thing.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, so Wenwu explains that he's been getting these messages from their mother from the grave, and Shang-Chi's like, Dad, she's gone. You sound crazy.
He doesn't believe that his father may have stumbled upon something crazy like that?
No, sir. He's like, there's no way. You sound insane, Papa.
He doesn't think that his 4,000-year-old immortal father could have possibly stumbled upon something in this vein.
Doesn't even entertain the idea, and he's right.
Oh, okay, great.
So anyway, all the good characters get put in a cell because they don't want to cooperate.
Oh man, it's gonna be hard to get out of there.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, Xialing had already escaped from there, and they're left unguarded, and Trevor Slattery is down there, and he can help them escape.
Oh wow, that is convenient.
It is, and Trevor has this little furry mythical creature friend that makes little squeaking noises that only he can understand.
How?
Unclear.
Okay, that's kind of weird, but I guess it could be fun if it's just a couple of, playful, semi-understanding back and forth.
The creature's gonna give precise driving directions that are crucial to the plot.
Oh, it is, okay.
You see, they need to go to this place called Talo, where their mom is from, but they need to drive through a mythical forest to get there.
In a beautiful BMW.
Okay, seems like you're probably getting a lot of money to specify that, so they get to this place and they find out that Wenwu's plan is actually really, really bad.
Oh, it is?
You see, this big friggin' soul-sucking demon called Dweller in Darkness is pretending to be their mom to trick Wenwu into releasing him.
Oh, soul-sucking demons are tight.
What? No, they're not.
You're right, I don't know what possessed me to say that.
Anyway, so then Katie's gonna do a couple of hours of archery.
Oh, that's nice. Just for fun or for the story?
It's so she can have something to do in the third act.
Okay, gotcha.
gotcha. Yeah, everything's been pretty much explained now, so at this point in a story, this kind of character either dies or picks up a new skill for the third act. That makes sense. So then there's gonna be this big fight between the people of Ta Lo and the Ten Rings, with color-coordinated weaponry. Of course, blue versus red. Fantastic. And meanwhile, Wenwu's gonna start punching this wall to try to release his dead wife, but he's actually releasing these tiny little soul-sucking demons. Oh no. Yeah, so then all the human characters need to join forces and fight. An army of soulless CGI enemies that the characters can violently kill without the audience feeling weird about it. Exactly. Wow, 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 wow. And then Shang-Chi has to fight his father. Oh wow, a grounded fight with very personal stakes? That's actually a nice change of... And they shoot colored energy blasts at each other, and a giant demon pops out, and a giant dragon pops out and fights it too. Oh, there's the Marvel over-the-topness. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, and so Wenwu dies, and then the next 10 minutes are gonna be just whatever the computer is able to render. Oh, they can render a whole visual mess of craziness. Can it be super colorful, but also somehow entirely gray? You know it. Amazing. And so then Shang-Chi manages to kill the demon with the 10 rings and save the day. So what are the 10 rings exactly? Do we find out? Oh, stay tuned. Oh? Yeah, we're gonna have a post-credit scene where it's like, oh, these are probably made out of something that's gonna be important eventually. Stay tuned. Nice. No better way to end a Marvel movie than with a commercial for future projects, and that should about do it, actually. What is that? That's just the Marvel movie checklist? There's a checklist? Of course there's a checklist, and you've done great, my friend. Big, messy CGI battle in the third act, secret evil organization, color-coded energy blasts. We got cameos from other Marvel movies. Trevor Slattery, Wong, and Abomination. Does the main character remove his shirt to reveal a six-pack at a certain point? He does, yeah, great physique. Well, fantastic. If we could just add a tease that another Marvel character is off doing something important, that'd be great too. On it. So, you have a new superhero movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. And it's a team of superheroes, right? Oh boy. We're talking a speedster, a lady with ancient weapons, a super strong guy that flies and shoots beams from his eyes. Yeah, then there's Batman and Aquaman. You're not in the right offices, my dude. Oh, no, I'm talking about the Eternals. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure, yeah. Okay, great. So who are the main characters in this thing? Oh, we've got some great main characters. We've got Cersei and Icarus. Okay, good. And Thena. And Gilgamesh. Oh, couple more. Okay. And also Kingo and Makari. You're still going. And that's it for the characters, other than Sprite and Druig. Ah, okay. All right. So those are the Eternals, also Ajax and Phastos. Okay, and you have enough time to introduce and develop all these characters? Maybe. Sounds like maybe this should be a Disney Plus series, you know? Give this all a bit more breathing room. Yeah, we could shove them into a single movie, it's fine. Well, okay then. So what's the deal with these characters? Oh, well, they've been around for thousands of years, doing stuff like standing in a line and staring in the same direction dramatically. Nice. Having philosophical conversations, but only at golden hour. Why even talk at any other time of day? There's no point. And also, some of these characters are in love with each other. Oh, they are? Yeah, like when Icarus first wakes up, he sees this other Eternal and he's smitten. So he's like, hi, I'm Icarus. And she's like, I'm sassy. Oh, being sassy is tight. Oh, no, sorry, her name is Cersei. She just has a British accent. I still stand by what I said. Fair enough. So these Eternals were sent by a Celestial to protect humans, right? Okay, so then why didn't they help out when Thanos attacked? Ah, well see, they were instructed to only fight these deviant monsters and to not interfere in human affairs. Oh. Okay. And you know, also they introduced technology to humans, which humans then use to kill each other. Okay, that feels like getting involved in human conflict. Somehow that doesn't count. Oh, okay, and so you said they all have powers? They do, yeah. One of them has super strength, one of them can make illusions and is a child, and another one could do mind control, which obviously he's not allowed to use. And these Eternals were created by Celestials to go fight deviants. That's right. And why not give them each all the powers? Unclear. So anyway, they wiped out all these deviants like 500 years ago, and then they kind of split up. Okay. But then deviants start popping up again and Ajax gets killed. Oh, she's one of the characters, I think. I'm almost sure of it. That's right, yeah. We'll learn a little more about her later, but for now, just be sad about that, okay? I'll try, but I don't really know who that is, to be honest. So now that the deviants are back and an Eternal is dead, they gotta get the band back together. Oh boy. And so, you know, there are so many characters that pretty much takes up the whole movie. Oh, it does, okay. Yeah, like they go pick up Kingo, who's now a Bollywood star, so that's fun. That's fun. Oh yeah, and side note, I already have Kumail Nanjiani interested in playing the role. Oh, you do? Yeah, he's super motivated. He said he's gonna work out for like a year to get in Marvel shape, you know, like crazy ripped and muscular. Oh, you know what'd be funny? If we have him do all that work and then we don't even give him one of those classic Marvel shirtless scenes. Oh, that's a hilarious prank. Okay, let's do that. A very good prank. So then what happens? Well, we're also gonna find out the real reason they were all sent to Earth to stop deviants from killing humans. And why is that? Well, see, once the Earth reaches the necessary population, a celestial can be born from the Earth's core, and everyone on the planet will die. Oh no. Yeah, it's pretty serious, and the Eternals have unknowingly been doing this a lot, but every time a celestial is born, they get their memories wiped. Okay, so if that's how new celestials are born, it definitely feels like it would have been in their interest to get involved in the Thanos situation of wiping out half of all populations. Maybe, but see, the thing is, we already didn't introduce the Eternals into the Avengers movies, so I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back about this. Oh yeah, okay, let me get off of that thing. Oh, I should also mention that there's this one deviant monster that's like evolving and growing intelligence every time he kills an Eternal. Oh boy, I bet that's gonna come into play later. Not particularly, no. Oh. Yeah, he's like, oh man, I guess we're all just pawns of Celestials, huh? And then he's gonna show up in the final fight and just kind of get killed. Feels like an interesting concept to flesh out more. Well, there's no time. You know we're doing like 8-hour Disney Plus Marvel shows now. You can't explore this stuff. No. Take all these fascinating ideas and characters and shove them into a single movie and then just kind of speed run through them. Well, okay then. So what does happen in the final fight? Oh, well, see, we're gonna find out that Icarus is actually cool with the plan of the Celestials. He's okay with everybody dying. Oh, and he's the one who killed Ajax by pushing her into a pile of deviants. Very rude. And so Sprite, who's secretly in love with him, she follows him, and then Kingo is like, I don't even want to be in the third act, so he leaves. I mean, up to him, I guess. So how does the movie end? Well, the Eternals need to stop this giant, massive celestial that's actively emerging from the Earth's core. Sounds like it's gonna be hard to do that. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yes, he turns out they can amplify one of the Eternals' powers, so Cersei just turns this thing to like marble. And a giant being emerging from the core of the Earth that doesn't have any effect on the Earth, you know, like planet-wise? No. Oh, okay, great. And then Cersei's like, hey, Sprite, I think I still have some power left from whatever that was, so I can turn you into a human since you hate being a child. And that's a thing she knows how to do? Sure, yeah, okay. Wow, well, I guess they're pretty good friends, huh? Yeah, except for Sprite literally stabbing her in the back just a few minutes earlier. Oh my god. And then Icarus feels super guilty, so he flies into the sun. Well, I mean, if you're gonna have a character named Icarus, gotta fly that guy into the sun for sure. Yeah, our hands are kinda tight on that one for sure. And then a big celestial shows up and kidnaps some of the Eternals. Oh wow, what happens with that? I don't know, hopefully this movie does well so we can expand on that. Oh, that's how the movie ends? It is, yeah. Well, I mean, we're gonna have our obligatory mid-credit scene. I mean, yeah, we gotta do that. That's tradition, you know? Remember when it was just Nick Fury walking around recruiting people into the Avengers? Yeah, simpler times. That is not where we're at anymore. Why, what happens in this one? An alcoholic troll pops out of a space portal and introduces one of the guys from One Direction. I mean, yeah, okay, that may as well happen, sure. So what do you think? Well, it sounds like it could be a fantastic series. This is a movie. I said what I said. But anyway, no matter what we do, people are gonna love it. I mean, this is the MCU we're talking about. Very true. So, you have a Spider-Man sequel for me? Yes, sir, I do. The third entry in the, I guess, home trilogy. Yeah, it seems like we decided that was a thing at a certain point. So what happens in this movie? Well, now Peter is super famous because Mysterio revealed his identity in the last movie, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so his world's turned upside down. The media's all over him and his friends. That Flash guy writes a whole book about it. Oh, boy. And there are also some legal troubles involved, so they, get this, they get Matt Murdock in. Charlie Cox. He's from the Netflix show. Yeah, he is. Oh boy, doesn't get much crazier than that. Oh, you have no idea. Well, that's rude. No, I have idea. No, because sir, check this out. I was thinking we get Andrew Garfield to come in as Spider-Man from another universe. Oh, yeah, I mean, he's great. Okay, I was expecting a bigger reaction than that, but also, we get Tobey Maguire in as Spider-Man too. Good actor, sure. Sir, Tobey Maguire. I did love Seabiscuit, that was great. No. Seabiscuit is tight. Sir, they both played Spider-Man before. Oh, did they? Yeah, in other movies, they... Oh, I guess I missed those. Really? I mean, I have no recollection, but the movie will still work, right? I guess. Okay, great, so let's hear it. Okay, I mean, I was hoping we could get Alfred Molina to come in as Doc Ock. Oh, he was fantastic in Chocolat. Okay, now, you know what, sir? I'm gonna need you to go watch 5 Spider-Man movies real quick, okay? Oh, really? Yeah, the impact, none of this is gonna land the way I wanted to if you haven't watched those 5 movies. 5 movies, okay.
All right.
Please, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Okay. Yeah.
So, what did you think? Yeah, I mean, some of that was great. What was that whole jazz thing about, though? Oh, we don't need to talk about that. Okay, now listen to this. I'm thinking we get Willem Dafoe back as Green Goblin.
Oh, he's from the first movie.
Oh, there's the reaction I'm going for. I was also thinking we get Thomas Hayden Church back as Sandman and Rhys Ifans back as Lizard.
Well, he's from the third movie, and he's from the first movie of the rebooted movies.
That's right, and also Jamie Foxx as Electro.
He's from the second movie of the rebooted movies.
He sure is, sir. They're all from the other movies. Amazing. Hey, what about James Franco? Should we get him back? Dane DeHaan? Well, okay then. So what happens in the movie? Well, okay, so it turns out that being the most famous person in the world has kind of ruined Peter and MJ and Ned's chances of getting into MIT.
Oh, okay.
And so Peter feels bad, so he goes to see Doctor Strange to ask him to cast a spell to make everybody forget he's Spider-Man. And how does that go? Oh, not well, sir. See, he starts the spell, but then Peter keeps asking for little changes to it, like he wants MJ to remember him. So Doctor Strange takes a minute to just talk it through. No. God, no. Why not? So the movie can happen. Oh, okay, gotcha. So the spell gets messed up, and then people from other universes that know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man start popping into this universe. Wait, did Electro know that Peter Parker was Spider-Man? No, he didn't. So, okay. So eventually Peter's gonna capture all these villains, and they're gonna kind of recap each other's movies to each other, a bunch of inside jokes for fans. Very fun. And then Doctor Strange makes this box that'll send everybody back to their universes. Oh, great. But the thing is, they all got zapped over here pretty much right before they died, so Peter's like, well, we have to help them. We can't just send them to die. Oh. But Doctor Strange says no, so Peter steals the box, and then Doctor Strange brings him into the mirror dimension, which he controls. Oh man, it's gonna be tough for Peter to beat Strange in there. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, cause see, math? Oh, math. Yeah, math. That works, kinda. So what else is gonna happen? Well, there's kind of this consensus on the internet that everybody's tired of seeing Uncle Ben die in Spider-Man projects. That does seem to happen a lot. Yeah, so I figure we don't do that. Right. And instead we kill Aunt May. Oh my god. Yeah, Green Goblin's gonna blow her up, and right before she dies, she's gonna tell Peter, with great power must also come great responsibility. Yeah, that lesson just doesn't carry the same weight without one of your parents' siblings violently dying. Very true, sir. So anyway, then Ned is gonna use Doctor Strange's sling ring to try and open a portal to get Peter. And that's a thing he can do? Yeah, we're gonna throw in a line about him having magic in his family, so he can do portals now. Wow, okay, so we're just kinda crapping on Doctor Strange's abilities in this movie a little bit, huh? A little, yeah. Well, okay then. And so then these portals open, and that's how these other Peter Parkers come in, the ones played by Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, it's gonna be very nostalgic, sir. So I guess they each get like a cameo line, like a little jokey thing. Oh no, they're like in the movie now. Oh, they are? Yeah, full-on characters with effects on the plot and everything. Okay, well that's not usually how these things go. Yeah, no, well see, this movie's kind of a love letter to the Spider-Man movies and their fans. Aw, that's nice. I like that. Yeah, a massively lucrative showcase of our intellectual property. Yeah, okay, the first thing you said sounded a lot more romantic though. Cashing in on nostalgia, but done right. You had it the first time. Oh, okay, gotcha. So does Ned keep making portals? No, he stops at 2. I mean, why not keep trying? They could get Tom Holland, they could see how many Spider-Mans they can get. The scene has served its purpose, sir, we gotta move on. Oh, okay. So anyway, then eventually all the Spider guys are gonna get together and do some science to make cures for the bad guys. Very cool. And then there's gonna be this big fight where they try to cure them all. Amazing, man, it's gonna be a little hard to keep track of which Spider-Man's which during the big fight, huh? Actually, yeah, a little. All right, and so eventually Tom Holland is so mad that he's about to kill Green Goblin. Oh boy. But Tobey Maguire steps in and stops him using nothing but his wise face, and then he gets stabbed. Oh no, is he okay? Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, he's all right. All right. It was kind of rude of you emotionally, Well, so none of their Spidey senses went off when he was about to get stabbed? No, because they were having a moment. Spidey senses don't work if you're having a moment. Oh, good to know. So then it looks like all these other people are about to come in from other dimensions. It's about to be nuts. Oh no. So Tom Holland, Peter, has Doctor Strange cast a new spell where everybody forgets about Peter Parker entirely. Oh, very selfless. It is. So then all the villains get sent back to their universes, all cured and whatnot. Are they being sent back to just a second before they're killed? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. So anyway, then it's all very sad for Tom Holland's Spider-Man because MJ and Ned don't remember him.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, and he's about to go explain the whole situation to them, but then he realizes they're probably better off without him in their lives.
Very sad.
It is, yeah, so he's got to get an apartment all by himself and start over. So he still has like a social security number, like the government still remembers him. Birth certificate? Maybe. What happens with all the videos and news reports about him being Spider-Man? I guess the memory spell works on computer memory also.
What about Flash's book that he wrote?
Okay, look, sir, I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back about this memory spell, okay? We're going for a clean slate kind of thing here.
Oh, okay, let me get off of that thing. Thanks. So what do you think?
Oh, it sounds like a really good time, you know? How are we gonna market this without spoiling all this crazy stuff? Leaks? Oh, leaks, yeah, that'll work, let's do that. Hey everybody, Ryan here, that's me, thanks for watching the video. And if you liked it, feel free to click the like button and the subscribe button and all, buttons of that nature. You can also leave a comment down below letting me know what other movies you want to see pitches for. There are also like hundreds of other episodes on the channel that you can check out if you want. As always, check back soon for a new one. Bye.